The Battle of Lexington and Concord took place on April 19, 1775. The British came into the colonies for a seize of the arms cache. Nobody knows who fired the first shot, but is said to be the British. That shot was deemed the shot heard around the world.
Give me your gun, sir.
The Battle of Fort Ticonderoga took place on May 10, 1775. Although it was a very short battle, it was the Continental Army's first win of the Revolutionary War.
Fire! Oh man! Oh man! Oh! Ah! No! Oh!
The Battle of Bunker Hill took place on June 7, 1775. The Patriots killed 300 British soldiers, wounded 800, and took out some 1,000 troops. Gunshots started, and Patriots fought hand-to-hand when ammo was low. The Battle of Trenton took place on December 26, 1776. In Trenton, New Jersey, Washington led the main body of the Continental Army across the Delaware River and captured around 1,500 Hessians. Washington and his men marched 9 miles through the snow to get to Trenton, many barefoot and poorly clothed.
The Battle of Yorktown took place September 28th, 1781. It was the conclusion of the Revolutionary War, leading to the colonists' victory. The British surrendered and America was free.
It's a very nice shandy, I like it a lot.
Drop your beer! Now go back where you came from. We're independent from you. Got it? Ain't never will this flag touch the ground.
I surrender on behalf of the British people of Great Britain. We surrender.
Some of the tactics that the colonists used to defeat the British were they had muskets were used by both sides during the war. They used bayonets, cannons. The soldiers would make a line and they had to hit enemies within 50 yards from themselves. Muskets are terribly inaccurate, so they would send a wall of bullets at the enemy side. And sometimes, not always, they would hide behind trees and walls to pick up off the British troops standing in the open. But most of the time, they would stand in a line.
The colonists defied the odds of defeating Great Britain in numerous ways, one being when the Boston Tea Party invaded 3 of the British ships on the night of December 16th, 1773. The Boston Tea Party disguised themselves as Native Americans and dumped 92,000 pounds of British tea into the ocean. Many colonists are attacking them in many other ways as well. Colonists poured burning hot tea into the throats of the taxmen or the British soldiers, have burned down houses, have boycotted and tarred/feathered, and have set up a militant. Additionally, Paul Revere created an anti-British picture of the Boston Massacre, where 5 innocent colonists were shot dead. Another reason being of the Battle of Bunker Hill. The colonists cut down 1,000 British troops, killed 200 and 800 wounded. The colonists' tactics helped as well, one of them being the notorious guerrilla tactic. Colonists would hide in trees and would stealthily take out British individuals.
Where the Battle of Lexington and Concord was. Here's the Battle of Fort Ticonderoga. Here's where the Battle of Bunker Hill took place. This shows where they fought the Battle of Trenton. And finally, here's where they fought the Battle of Yorktown.
Some of the most famous people for helping the Continental Army was George Washington, Paul Revere, Marquis de Lafayette, and Benedict Arnold. George Washington led a winning strategy where he hid an army in the field. Once the British came, the other colonists would shoot the British without them knowing about it. The strategy eventually worked. He had other strategies too, but this was one of his most successful ones. He's also known for not surrendering the Second Continental Army to the British. Paul Revere is mostly known for alerting the Continental Militia that the British were coming before the Lexington and Concord battle ever happened. This saved multiple lives. Marquis de Lafayette was a military officer, and he was trusted, well-trained, and he was a soldier. He eventually was one of George Washington's best friends and began to grow in the military rankings. He is one of the greatest leaders in the American Revolution. Benedict Arnold was a general in the Revolutionary War. He is known for capturing a British garrison in the war. When he decided that he didn't get enough recognition, he quit. George Washington pleaded that he came back, so he resigned just in time to defend central New York. Even though he helped again, he still didn't gain enough recognition, so he betrayed the colonists for money and a leadership position in the British Army. Women in the war were very important to the winning of the 13 colonies. They had many roles, including feeding and gathering water for the colonists that were hungry, and they would heal the sick and wounded. Some would even dress up as men and fight for them. If they were caught, consequences would pursue, and they would be sent back to a village to stay there. And then, the rest of the women would take care of farms and businesses while the men were at war.
Overall, we went over 5 important battles, 4 leaders, British and Continental Army tactics, maps of where the battles took place, women's role in the war, and how the colonists defeated the odds and defeated Great Britain. All these events influence on how America is current today, ranging from our independence, freedom, and liberty.
Oh, that was pretty painful.
Ooh, that's in the bloopers.
You like shoved the donut in my hand.
Oh, you know what could have done it in my garage where there is lights. Freaking idiot.
Oh, no, it's off.